Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi asyhadu alla ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna sayyidina Muhammadar Rasulullah. Allahumma sholli ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain, amma ba'du. Hello everyone, my name is Rita Anjani, class TBI E. So here, in this video, I wanna tell you about the chapter 8. I wanna explain about ethnicity and social networks. So, let's begin. The first explanation is about ethnicity. Ethnicity. Within a certain community, where the second language dominates other language, there are always ways for the dominated people to express and show their identities to differentiate them from other people in that community. So, ethnicity influences language use and is necessary to show the expression of identities. Jadi, ethnicity itu digunakan oleh orang-orang yang bahasanya didominasi oleh bahasa lain yang bukan bahasa asli dari daerah tersebut. Itu digunakan untuk menyampaikan dan juga menunjukkan identitas asli mereka. Jadi, ethnicity itu berfungsi untuk menunjukkan the expression of identities atau identitas dari seseorang yang berada di daerah tersebut. Then, it is often possible for individuals to signal their ethnicity by the language they choose to use. Even when a complete conversation in an ethnic language is not possible, people may use short phrases, verbal fillers, or linguistic tags which signal ethnicity. For example, sebagai contohnya, in New Zealand, many Maori people routinely use Maori greetings such as kia and ora while speaking in English to signal their ethnicity. Contohnya itu, saat di New Zealand, banyak orang-orang Maori yang secara rutin dalam kesehariannya itu menggunakan greeting atau sapaan dalam bahasa Maori seperti kia and ora ketika berbicara menggunakan bahasa Inggris untuk menandakan their ethnicity. The next explanation is about African and American vernacular English. African American vernacular English is a distinct variety or dialect that was developed by African Americans as a symbolic way of differentiating themselves from the majority group, yaitu dialek yang telah disediakan oleh orang-orang Afrika dan Amerika sebagai simbol untuk membedakan mereka itu berbeda dengan orang-orang yang ada di dalam suatu grup atau masyarakat. So, here are some of African American vernacular linguistic features. The first feature is complete absence of the copular verb be in some social and linguistic contexts. The second feature is the use of invariant be to signal recurring or repeated action. The third feature is mutable negation. And the last feature is constant cluster simplification. After the explanation about African American vernacular English, here we are. We have the explanation about British Black English. The first British Black English is Patois. Patois is a Jamaican Creole in origin, which is used by Jamaican immigrants in London and by young British black in group talks as a sign of ethnic identity. Some of Papua linguistic features are lexical items such as lik means heat and kenge means weak or puny. The second feature is different pronunciation like then and thin are pronounced den and tin. The third feature is plural forms don't have s on the end. The fourth feature is tenses aren't marked by suffixes on verbs. So, forms like walk and jumped are used rather than walked, walks, jumped, and jumps. The next feature is the form me is used for I, me, and my. The example is me name or my name. And the last feature is the form them is used for they, them, and their. The example is them car or their car. The next British Black English is Midland Black English. It is a variety of standard English with a West Midland accent, which is an informal variety with some Papua features. And the last, or the third Black English, is Multicultural London English. It is a variety used by adolescents or teenagers from a range of ethnic backgrounds, including Jamaican and Asian backgrounds. Its features include using monophthong instead of diphthongs, and a distinctive vocabulary, for example, clued or made, and nang or could, and yard or house. Okay, that is the end of the explanation about ethnicity. Now, let's move into the second explanation, that is the explanation about social networks. Social networks. It is who we talk and listen to regularly is an important influence on the way we speak, our regular patterns of informal social relationship among people. There are 4 relationships in social network. The first one is density. It refers to whether members of a person's network are in touch with each other. Jadi, dalam density ini, orang-orang dalam network kita itu, orang-orang yang berteman dengan kita, yang memiliki network dengan kita itu, terhubung satu sama lain tanpa harus kita hubungkan. The second is plexity. It is a measure of the range of different types of transaction people are involved in with different individuals. The third relationship is uniplex relationship. It is one where the link with the other person is only in one area. Sebagai contoh, jika kita memiliki seorang teman yang ada di sekolah, kita hanya berteman dalam sekolah saja. Saat kita bertemu di lingkungan luar sekolah, kita bukanlah orang yang seakrab itu, jadi kita hanya berteman dan berkomunikasi di sekolah. And the last relationship is multiplex relationship. It involves interactions with others along several dimensions. Jadi, dalam multiplex relationship ini, kita terhubung dengan seorang teman atau beberapa teman, tidak hanya di sekolah, melainkan di masjid, di rumah, di pasar, dan di berbagai tempat, kita tetap terhubung dan berteman dengan orang tersebut. So, from my explanations, what is the implication of social network? It is not surprising that people's speech should indicate the types of networks they belong to. The people we interact with are one important influence on our speech. When the people we mix with regularly belong to a homogeneous group, we tend to speak the way the rest of the group does, provided we want to belong to the group and like the people in it. After that, in community practice, the activities that group members share and their shared objectives and attitudes, one belongs to many communities of practice, such as family, work group, sports team, etc. Okay guys, I think that's enough from me. I do apologize if I have many mistakes. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.